So we are discussing, Child Prevention Abuse Month, and it is the month of October where we wear the purple ribbon in order to raise awareness on child abuse and all that. And we're still pleased to be joined by Peel Children's Aid's Meara Paterson. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So we already discussed a lot in terms of child abuse and how we're working on preventing it and making sure that all the resources are there for kids and other parents who feel that they need to call in or in case they're concerned about anybody. So it's good that we have people watch for other people, right? Now let's talk a little bit about the I Am Your Children's Aid campaign. What the whole point of that campaign is about.
So again, just on continuing to raise awareness. I just wanted to give both of you. These are great purple bands that. Again, just like the ribbon, lots of people out in our community are wearing these bands and, get asked questions about, well, what does that stand for and what does that mean? And so again, it's just a great tool for us to be having conversations with each other around Child Abuse Prevention Month and sort of what that entails. And so, one of the other great things that we're doing and that you may have seen is the I Am Your Children's Aid campaign, and that was a real way for us to talk to the larger community about our success stories, about all of the great things that we are doing from more of an inside view. So what we did was we had foster parents, adoptive parents that were blessed to adopt children, some of our child welfare workers, some of our foster parents, some of our volunteers, and we all got together and then certain success stories were highlighted. And so it was just a really nice moment to be able to talk about what we do, what how it is for that foster parent that is working with the foster children, sometimes working to mentor the parent if they're needing some education, and what that means. Our volunteers, we have a wonderful volunteer program that commit their time in terms of volunteering their service, whether it be driving children back and forth to visits.
Well, it says here 504 volunteers contributed more than 34,000 hours of work. So, I mean, the volunteers do play
a huge role, and we're so thankful for them. So, again, it was raising their success stories. A friend of mine, Orlena Kane, who is a radio personality out towards the Kingston area, she needed some support and help when she was younger. And so she raised her voice and shared her story, and she's part of the I Am Your Children's Aid campaign. So you may have seen the posters out in movie theaters, and you may have seen the ads that are running on TV. And again, it's just a way for us to get the word out around our success, around how we are helping out in the community, how we are touching children and families' lives, how we are protecting and keeping children safe, and just really sharing that on a larger front.
Well, you're helping so many people. You help over 7,000 people just in the Peel region itself. So
which is a huge region, as you know,
right? Still, that's absolutely unbelievable.
That's a ton, but even receiving, what is this, almost 12,000 referrals involving these types of cases. I didn't necessarily know that it would have been such a high amount of people, right? I mean, I didn't know it was something, I do know, obviously, child abuse is out there, and it's something that will continue to be out there. And then that's the unfortunate part, the reality part of it.
The day that I don't have a job anymore is the day we celebrate,
right? We celebrate, which is a good thing.
Unfortunately, right?
Why do parents resort to abuse? Or, I mean, as a parent, do you think they don't understand that although they're slapping or hitting or punching, whatever it is, that they think that they're a parent, so it's okay, but in the end of the day, no, it's not okay, right?
Well, and again, I believe that everyone has the capacity to change. Everyone, when people know better, they do better. And so lots of times the conversations that we have is really exactly about that. Why is it that we're resorting to slapping? And we've had lots of parents say, well, because it works. The child stops doing it. But again, we have to have further conversation. We have to think beyond that immediate corrective force. We have to think about, well, what does that do into your relationship with your child? And what messages are you sending your child? And what can you do differently? Lots of times parents don't know. this is what they learned growing up, and they learned to be hit, they learned to slap, that's what they know.
Yeah.
So then, you know, we have wonderful community resources that we plug in to support the parents to do something different.
And to teach them the alternative as
That's
well,
right.
right?
That's
So I mean that makes a lot of sense in a sense where they at least they have something to look after and all that, and you know they say it does work, but I think the opposite part of it would be that, you know, if you have to resort to slapping or something like that, you and your child are obviously not on the same level where you can communicate, right? So as a parent, that's something that I guess you will learn in life or in time. I don't know, I'm not a parent, but I mean, like, I could only assume that's something you probably learn.
Then if for some reason those resources don't work, you work with the parent and it still is a problem. I'm assuming that's what foster care is for in some cases. Are you looking for families to adopt children at the moment in the region?
There's always families, right? So
yeah, there is always families that
10 years and older is the age that you're looking for, right? More or less?
Well, again, you know, it's a choice, and I don't want to make a blanket statement around, you know, what we're looking for and what we're not looking for. I think it's a great question. What I will say is, you know, that would be another wonderful reason for a family or a parent, if somebody was interested in adopting, that they would call us. They would call us, and we have, you know, seminars and information sessions set up for them to come in and to learn about, you know, what adoption would look like, what it means, and see if that would be a great choice for them or not. In terms
how many kids are we looking at here?
That I'm not exactly sure of, and again, we can maybe post some information up on our website, and you know, people that are interested in adoption can take a look at our website and again call us, and we can answer that question. I just don't have the staff.
No, for sure, yeah, no, that's fine.
But also, you know, just in terms of people knowing if there is abuse or things that are happening, foster care is really a last resort, and I want us to be very clear, and I want to help the community to understand that we work very hard at Peel to keep children with their families. We do not want to be bringing children into care. We don't want to bring children into a stranger's home, essentially. And so, you know, lots of times there's extended families in the community that we can have discussion with, and if they are safe, you know, we can place a child over there while the family gets the help and support that they need to reduce risk to the child. Sometimes there may be a family friend that, you know, the child can go and stay with. So we work really, really hard to keep them in their community, right? To keep them in their school.
Just running out of time here, I want to just get some information out there about if people, how would they call in if they are seeing anything?
Yeah, so again, if people are wanting to call in, if they're worried, if they have information that they want to report it, again, there is a duty to report any worries to the children's.
That is everyone's duty.
That's what we're here for. They can call 905-363-6131, and they would be put to a trained professional that, again, would be there to answer their questions.
Great. Thank you so much, Heather. And we want to make sure that we're staying on top of that, making sure our children are safe and everybody around us is safe, right? It only makes sense. Visit www.peelcas.org for any more information. Thank you so much, Heather, for being on this show.
We have Adam Beals up next.